Oh, well. Now, okay, let me back up because let's do the boring thing first, which is, of course, plug the channel, plug the other channels. So please support this channel if you can. Channel memberships, and they start off very low. I'm going to put some really interesting content for the higher tiers if you want, and please support the other channels. But let us get to it. So DOA left a really respectful response, gave me a compliment, but was very critical, and it was very civil. So I will respond in a civil way. Just so many questions. I guess the first one that is the most obvious and bizarre is like, I thought he was homophobic. Like, that is one thing that he is homo, but he hangs out with gay people. He puts on a lot of queer clothing. Like he did this thing recently. I don't know. He had like this head. It was like cap, but it was like with the rainbow colors. I'm not queer, right? I'm not into that stuff. So whatever. I was actually going to do another video exploring this. Like, I know, quote, the gay. I study gay history. I've looked at gay films, but I do it like as a research. I study the gay movement. It's really fascinating stories. But Todd Haynes is one of my favorite directors. For those who don't know, he's a really powerful, well-known, and very interesting gay director. But I am not the gay myself. So this is a little confusing because I thought like he was anti-gay. I get it, he's more pro-gay now, but that's kind of a. I thought that was like an act because frankly, we found him in the past saying very not pro-gay things. So this is so confusing. This is so confusing. So what is the record? Well, we have all these ROs. If you're not American, you might be like, what is an RO? It's a restraining order. So DOA says, yes, these are real. He consistently has beat all of them, or most of them. So the ROs are against him, but he's defeated them, and he's an activist. So, it's the church, it's these corporations, they're trying to stop my activism. Okay, and he can clarify, because I'm still confused, because there's an RO from his family and his niece, right? So he says, the way I remember, he said it was a political thing. He was pro-Trump back then, apparently, and Black Lives Matter. It's all very confusing. His whole thing is so confusing. It's like, what? Huh? Okay, so anyway, so they're like, yes, restraining order based on politics. Okay, I'm pretty strong free speech. I'm pretty libertarian. And listen, there are extreme libertarians. Like, they will look at this vote and be like, I don't care. I think you should be libertarian on many things. However, you're going to reach a limit. You're saying, I mean, do you want any rules? Do you want any laws? Some libertarians go all the way and say, no, no laws. I don't want any laws. No laws at all. The only law would be property rights. The law to free exchange your property, keep your property, dispose property. That's about it. I think that's a little too extreme. We got to have some extra regulations here and there. Again, a few maybe, but and this is goes back to Scott because Scott is like a libertarian anarchist too, but he's also kind of a fascist. So about a lot of these things, but still, I don't think he ever covered this. He's talking about a lot of things. Does he use drugs? Yes. He's had addictions. He's had issues with the law. He's had, to put it mildly, many fights with former friends and activists. And some of it he is honest about. Some things he's not honest about. And like he doesn't really hide who he is too much. I mean, there are so many videotapes of him acting pretty, well, outlandish. I think you can say that. He's very outlandish. So at this point, nothing would shock you. So the nicest thing you can say, okay, it's not that. So he just likes, which he does, by the way. He takes off his clothes all the time. So he's what? He just likes taking off his clothes all the time? What is this, like a mental thing? He just has to take off his clothes? I don't know. I'm just putting out the information. I'm trying to be an honest broker. Um, but let me just say for the record, there's no official connection between this channel and that channel. This is just me. This is the information. And I am genuinely just puzzled given his homophobia. Or was that a whole play act to distract us? That is where I am right now, just stunned and kind of confused. But then I've had this question for a while. Where is he politically? I get he is anarchist. He's not an anarchist. I don't think he understands anarchy. Anarchy just means you're against the state. I get that part, but beyond that, this is not Tolkien. Tolkien was an anarchist. Chomsky's an anarchist. Borges, I know anarchism. He's not into anarchy. He's not into anarchism, but okay, he basically is against the system. Kinda. Okay, I got that part. Beyond that, where exactly is he? Because before I thought, okay, he's kind of pro-gay, but really not really pro-gay. Okay, so I am very confused. I want clarity on even this political angle first, but I don't think we're going to get that. So yeah, okay, you guys make of this what you will. If it's incriminating or, oh, he just does that all the time. What? Yeah, he takes off his clothes all the time with everyone. I mean, we have this photo where he's cross-dressing. So, right, oh, he cross-dresses, he takes off his clothes, and he hangs out with really young kids, and he just likes taping people all the time with his clothes and without his clothes. And he, likes taking a lot of drugs. And there we are. So, there we are. Just really radical activist. He's going against all the norms. He's totally against all the systems. Yeah, he's challenging all the systems. Or this is a very tricky customer, and I'm trying to use the nicest vocabulary. Okay, well, we shall see if he can respond to this one, because I mean, you got to be honest. Like, he just has his hardcore following. They're being like, "Hey, man, he's exploring his sexuality." Okay, okay. Right. I guess I'm gonna have to be the reactionary fascist here and I'm a little bit more cautious, Call me kind of plain and simple. I'm the kind of guy that, prefers women and, I mostly prefer one-on-one. That's just me. But I am with the libertarians saying, oh, should you just be, yeah, you should pretty much have pretty wide range of freedom. Up to like I'd like a little more context. What is happening here? Yeah, well, he'll clarify, or he won't. He'll just be like, "Oh, that's more church propaganda. That photo's made up." Right, right, right. Well, I already did a thing on critical of Laura, so let's be consistent. It's not just Laura. DOA is also he's a tricky customer, so we'll see if the Laura and DOA can. Where are we going with this? Where are you guys going? What is the crusade? Where are we going? What are you guys up to? Like, where are we going here? What's the revolution? Because at this point, I am thoroughly confused, and that's probably the nicest interpretation. I'm sure we're going to get some very, very cynical interpretations of what the hell's going on here. And there we are.